Hi there, this is John Lexo from Pro Tutorials, and in this video I'm going to talk about Template Monster. They are known to have one of the biggest collections of templates on the internet. So basically you can find any kind of design for any kind of website that you want to build. And in this video I'm going to first explain how you can get and also install one of their themes in your WordPress website, and next how you can fully customize your theme so you can have a unique looking website on the web. Now, why should you get a theme from Template Monster? Well, the first reason is if you want to build a business on the internet, you want to have a professional looking website, but also one that is different from all other websites on the internet, then most likely you want to get a theme from them, because, well, it's not a good idea for you to get one of those free themes from WordPress, because most likely there are thousands and thousands of other websites using the same exact theme. The other reason is they're well crafted. I tried their theme, it's easy to install, I didn't find any kind of bug. They come with a lot of different features for you to customize your website, and also they have a modern look. They are responsive, meaning that they will automatically adjust to smaller devices screens such as mobiles, cell phones, and that's really important nowadays because a lot of people use those kind of devices to browse the internet. The other reason is their pricing is fairly decent. I mean, just for $45 you can get a great looking design for your website. Now, if you want to immediately get one of their designs, just click on the link that you can see on the description from this video, go to their website, get one of their designs, then watch the rest of the video where I explain how you can customize your theme and get a great looking website. So now let's get started. So for you to get a new theme for your WordPress website, you gotta go to templatemonster.com, and once you are on their front page, you can see that they are promoting this theme that is called Monster for WordPress. This is one of the most popular themes that they have in their website. It comes with a massive amount of different features. Basically, you can customize your website any way that you like using this theme. And I suggest for you to check this theme and see if you actually enjoy it or not. But if you prefer to use another template, you just need to click on this link that says WordPress Themes. Once you do, you can see that you have several themes that appear in this listing. You can also filter by categories depending on the main topic of your website. For example, if you have a website related to art and culture, you can see that they have 62 themes available for this category. Also, you have other options to filter. If you want, for example, you also have styles, date range, and also colors if you have a preference when it comes to colors for your theme. In my case, I'm going to search based on the ID of my theme because I already got the theme that I want to use for my WordPress website. So this is the ID, and you can see this is the theme that I chose for my WordPress website. It's called Travel OP, Traveling Blog WordPress Theme. This is the theme that is ideal for blogging, and that's the case of my website personalization.org. So that's why I chose this theme. And you can go below and read the description if you want to get more information about the several features that come with each theme. And if you go right below, you can even read the reviews for this theme, so you can get a better idea of what exactly people are saying about each theme. And if you want to get really a good idea, just click on View Live Demo, and you can see that you get a live demo where it's basically an example of how this template may look inside of your WordPress website. You can also adjust to other sizes. I think this is for mobile and this is for a cell phone. So this is what I mean about being responsive. It automatically adjusts to smaller devices screens, and it looks pretty good. And you shouldn't worry because you can change all of these images inside of this theme. You can also change the colors. You don't need to use this blue color when it comes to the buttons and also the links. You can also change the layout if you prefer, for example, to have your, in this case, the right sidebar to the left side. You can also change all of that. So you can customize a lot of different options by using this theme or another one belonging to Template Monster. And this theme, as I said, is great for blogging, especially if you do traveling. You can also integrate this widget, which is for Instagram. So it basically connects to your Instagram account, and you can get the images that you have in your account appearing inside of your website. Now, if you want to get this theme or another, you just need to press the Buy Now button. Once you are in your shopping cart page, you might want to include some extra features to your order. You can see that you have a listing of them over here, and you might want to check each one of them and see if you would like to integrate one of these features. Let's say that I want to integrate Speed Booster. I just add to cart, and you can see that now I have this feature included into my order. And I just need to press on the Checkout Now button, and from here it's pretty straightforward. We also have several payment methods such as PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and also American Express. Once you purchase your template, you need to verify it. You will first receive an email to your email inbox, and then later you will also receive a phone call from someone who works for Template Monster just asking if you actually got this theme, and you just need to reply yes so you can make later the download of your theme to your computer. If you have any kind of problem, you may want to use their customer support, which works 24/7, just by clicking on this icon. And you go over here, in this case to billing, and you start chat. And just in a few seconds, you will have someone willing to reply to your questions. This just takes a few seconds. As you may see, it's pretty quick. And now for you to download your theme, you first need to log into your account. And once you log into your account, you will have, in this case I have this small photo of myself. And I just go to Downloads. And you can see that now I have my theme over here available. I just need to press on the download link, and it redirects me to another page where I can start downloading this to my computer. And I just need to click on the download button, and you can see that now it's downloading this template to my computer, and this might just take a few seconds. So now for you to do the other part, which is installing, let's get to that other part. Now you want to get to the folder where you downloaded the file belonging to your template. In my case, it's this one. And you can see that I have the zip file. So for this, you need to have a software that is able to unzip this file in your computer. So I'm going to extract here. And in just a few seconds, I have all of the files that I need. And in this case, you need to go to Theme. And you can see that you have this file. And this is the file that you need to pass from your computer to your WordPress website so you can start using this theme. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. So I'm going back to my browser. I'm going to close this Windows. And now you want to go to your WordPress dashboard. Once you are in your WordPress dashboard, you want to go to Appearance. You want to go to Themes. You want to add New. And then you want to press the Upload Theme button because you want to get this theme from your computer. And always make sure before you change to another theme, always make a backup of your website. It's really important for you to do that. So choose File, and this is the file that I want to upload to my website, and I'm just going to press Open. And now I'm just going to press Install Now, and just in a few seconds I will have this theme installed on my website. And now I just press Activate. You can see that now it's installed, and I'm going to show to you how it looks like at the moment. Without any kind of configuration, you can see that now I have a new design on my website. So now I'm going to explain first the post section, because you have several structures for your posts, and I'm going to explain them. And later on, I'm going to show to you how you can fully customize this theme belonging to Template Monster. So let's go to Posts by clicking on All Posts. So now I'm going to enter into this post so I can explain some of the options that you get when you are using this theme or another one belonging to Template Monster. Most of the options that you may see are the standard options that come with WordPress. Anyway, once you go right below your post, you can see that you have this option, which is the layout options. Okay, over here you can choose the layout that you want for a particular post, or it can also be a page inside of your website. In this case, I have the inherit option selected. This means that it will get the standard layout that I'm using for my WordPress website. In this case is the sidebar to the right side. But if I want to choose another one, I can choose this second option, which allows me to have the sidebar to the left side or to the right side, both sides of my post, or can it be this last one without any sidebar appearing? And this last option is great, especially if you want to create a landing page inside of your website. So I'm going to choose the second option so I can show to you the changes. Just press update over here. I'm going to do a preview. And you may see that now I have my sidebar to the left side. Of course, I need to do a couple of changes to my website because I already had content inside of my website, so some of the widgets are quite out of place. But I need just to do some tweaking so I can get my website looking good. Okay, let's go back. And when it comes to the featured image, and the featured image is this one that appears in your blog section of your website. The right sizes for this featured image, the ones that I found ideal, was 675 pixels by 429 pixels while using this theme belonging to Template Monster. Now the other thing is they also recommend for you to install some plugins that are good for this particular theme. So you can see that I have this listing over here. So for you to install them, you just click on this link that says begin installing plugins. So these are the 4 plugins that they suggest while using this theme, and they will mostly have some extra widgets to your sidebar of your website. So if you want to quickly install them, you just check this box on the top. And you might run into some problems with the Facebook Widget Plus because for you to use this plugin, you actually need to have an IP, which I don't have at the moment, so I'm just going to uncheck it. Make sure that you have the install option checked, and then you just press apply so you can install these plugins in your website. So just try them, see if you like them. If you want to remove later on one, then just remove it. So you can see that now I have them installed. And now I'm going to start customizing the design of my website. So for me to do that, I go to Appearance. And under Appearance, I want to choose the Customize option. And I'm just going to open this in a new tab. In the Customize page, you are able to see the changes happening inside of your website, basically in real time. So this means that once you start altering the options in this field, you will be able to immediately see them happening. Sure, they will only go public once you press the Save and Publish button. So I'm going to talk about each one of these fields quickly so you can get a better idea of what you can do using this theme. So let's start by talking about site identity. Here I'm not going to change much, but you can add a site title and also a tagline to your website. In my case, I'm not going to do that because I prefer to have an image as my logo. Also, you have some extra features appearing below, and it's really up to you if you want to uncheck them or check them. So let's go back. Now in general site settings, you can add a logo and fave icon, which I'm going to do now just by selecting this field. So logo type, I want to use image, of course, I don't want the test option. And I'm going to remove this one that belongs to Travel OP. So I'm just going to press remove. And now I'm going to select an image that I have stored on my computer. So I'm going to select image. And I'm going to upload from my computer. So I gotta go to my computer to images. and it's this one that I want to add to my website. Choose image. And now you can see that I have the logo for Tutorials. And set icon, which is basically the small fave icon that appears in the top section of your browser. This is something that you can also change, which I'm going to do now. So I'm just going to remove this. And I recommend for you to use Photoshop or another photo editor software for this. You have to do 512 pixels by 512 pixels. It's basically just a square. So I'm going to select an image that I have stored in my computer. Once more, I'm going to do this a bit quicker, which is this image, black button. And I'm going to select this image. And you can see that now I have another fave icon appearing in my tab section. It's identical to the one that I have previously, but this one looks better. It has a transparent border, so it doesn't have the white background as the previous one. Breadcrumbs is really up to you. In this case, I don't like to use this. This basically allows you to more easily people navigate throughout your website, especially if you have a complex hierarchy inside of your website. You may want to use breadcrumbs so people can go to the previous page more easily and so on. But in this case, I'm not going to use this. So I'm just going to check everything and go back once more. Social links, and in this case, I'm going to include everything. Social links are these links that appear over here, which allows people to more easily share my content throughout Facebook and Twitter and also other social media networks. So in this case, I'm going to choose everything. Now in page layout, this is really up to you, the page layout that you want for your website. You can choose between box and full width. And it basically changes the header section to full width, which means it will occupy the full screen of a device. And in this case, I'm just going to keep it box. Container width, you can also decrease or increase the sizing of this. Let's put 1,300 pixels. And also you can choose the sidebar size that you want. In this case, I have 1/3, but I'm going to put 1/4 and see how it looks like. A bit too small, so I'm just going to go back to 1/3. Okay, so let's go back once more. So now let's go to the next field, which is color scheme. And here you can basically change several of the colors inside of your website. I'm going to choose regular scheme, which is the scheme that I'm using at the moment. And I already know the colors that I want to use inside of my website because I already tested this. But if you want, you just click here and you can select the color in this color picker, just to choose the color that you want, or you can use the exact X coding for your color, which I'm going to do now, which is this one. So I want to use a dark red over here, and you can see that it immediately changes several of the colors inside of my website. Now let's go to the next accent color 2. Also, I'm going to use dark red for this, which changes this arrow over here. Accent color 3. In this case, I'm just going to put a darker gray for this. Basically changes the over this line around the button, the border line. Test color is the color for your test. In this case, I'm going to select darker gray for this because it allows people to more easily read the content inside of my posts. Now link color, also a dark gray, dark red I mean. And now link over. When someone puts their mouse on top of a link, the color that you want. In this case, I want, let's say, a brighter red for this. Let's say this one. H1, the headline 1. I'm also going to put this coding here. And let's see I'm going to put darker gray over here. And basically, I'm just going to select this dark gray for all my headlines, so I can have them all looking similar. And basically that's all. So that's all of the colors that I wanted to change on my website. So you can see that just by changing a couple of the colors in my website, it's starting to look better and better. And I'm just going to press save and publish, so I can save the configuration that I did so far. So I'm going back. Now let's go to colors, and this allows you to change the background color of your website. In this case, I'm just going to keep the default color here. I don't want to change this. Now I'm going back again. So now let's get to the next field, which is typography, which allows you to change the font family inside of the content that you have in your website. So I'm going to start by talking about body text. I'm going to select it. Font family, I want, in this case, Arial and Helvetica, but you can choose another one. As you can see, plenty of choices to choose from. So I'm just going to use this one, which is a pretty simple font and pretty clean, easy to read. Font style, normal. Font weight, I'm going to increase to 400. And font size, I always recommend for you to choose between 16 to 18 pixels, depending on the font family that you decide to use in your website. In this case, I'm going to put 17 pixels for this, which allows people to easily read my content. And the rest I'm just going to leave as it is. Now let's go to headline 1. Also choose the same font family. Font style, I want to keep it normal. Font weight, 400 pixels. And just leave it this way for now. Now let's go to the other field. Let's say headline 2. Basically do the same thing. And just do it like this. Okay. And basically I would need to do for all of the rest of the headings. So I'm just going to do for the two first ones and also for the body text. But also you should also change from the header headlines. And breadcrumb test, I don't have it. Auxiliary font. In this case, I'm just going to put another font as my auxiliary font. Let's say this one. And just go back to another field. So now let's go to header. In header, I'm going to pretty much use the same options that come as standard. But you might want to choose another background color if you want. In this case, I'm just going to leave it the default one, which is white. You can also add a background image for your header section, and you have other options over here that you may want to choose. Top panel. This is this first line that appears, and I want to remove this, so I'm just going to delete everything. I'm just going to delete this. I just leave it this way. In main menu, I'm not going to change anything here. So let's go back. And now let's go to background image. In this case, I'm not going to add any kind of background image, but you may want to add one. But I just like to keep my website simple and clean. Now let's go to the other field, which is menus. Here you can choose where you want to place your custom menus. So you can go to menu locations, and you can select if you want to put a menu on the top section, which is right on top, which in this case I don't want that. And as you may see, I have two different menus. I have one just for the footer section of my website, and then another one for the main section of my website. So in the main section, I'm going to use this one, and for the footer section, I'm going to use the footer menu, which is this one that appears right below. And for social, I'm going to put my main menu once more, because I don't have a social menu, so I'm just going to leave it like this, and you can see that it disappears, that link disappears from here. And I'm going back now. So now I'm going to the sidebar section, and this allows me to choose if I want the sidebar appearing to the left side or to the right side, or two sidebars or no sidebars for my front page. I'm just going to leave the sidebar on the right side. And now if you have MailChimp, you can use this option to apply MailChimp inside of your website. Now let's get to the widget section. Here you can see the several areas where you can integrate widgets inside of your website while using this theme. And as you may see, you have plenty of different sections that you can use. So I'm going to use the sidebar primary, which is the right sidebar that I have in my website. So I'm just going to click in this section. And I'm going to remove a couple of widgets that I have here, such as the search box, because I no longer need this search box because I have one on the top section. So I'm just going to click it and press the remove link so I can remove this. And also the Metro style social icons. I'm not certain if I will still keep using this plugin or not. Later on I will decide. So I'm just going to remove this plugin, this widget in this case, from my sidebar, and I'm going to add a new widget by pressing on this button. When it comes to widgets, you have several widgets. A few of them come with this theme, and others, if you install the plugins which I've mentioned previously, you also have a couple of new widgets that you can use, such as Easy Twitter Feed widget. Now, as you may see, you have plenty of different widgets, so it's really up to you which ones that you want to use inside of your website. In this case, I'm just going to use the About Author. So I'm just going to click on this widget, and I'm going to push this to the very beginning of my sidebar. And for this, you need to have a gravatar. So you need to create an account with WordPress, create a gravatar, and then you just go over here where you see select user to show. You just select your gravatar account, so we'll get the information from there. And now you can see I have a good photo of myself and also a brief description. I always like to have this kind of information in the front page of my website so people can quickly get an idea of who is behind the website. So now let's go back. So now the last section that I want to work with is the full width header area, because I want to integrate a slideshow inside of my website. So I'm just going to click on this area. I'm going to add a widget, and in this case the widget that I want to integrate is called Smart Slider. So I'm just going to click on it. And you can see that you can choose the categories that you want to appear inside of your slider. It's really up to you. Display title, in this case I don't want a title appearing inside or on top of my images because it just doesn't look that good. So I'm just going to remove this. I'm going to leave the display more button. As you may see, you have several options which you can choose from, and I'm going to decrease the size of my slider to 600 pixels. And basically I'm just going to leave all of the other options. And now I'm going back once more, and I'm just going to press save and publish. And let's go back once more. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the last few options that we have over here, such as footer. So I'm going to click on footer. And if you don't know, the footer section is this one right below. The first thing I'm going to change is the background color for my footer, so my text is more easily readable. So let's select white. I want a light gray for this, so I'm going to select, it can be this gray. And you can see that my text now is more easily readable. In this case, I don't have widgets in my footer section, so I don't need to use the layout option, neither the background color for this. And I'm also going to change the copyright information here. I'm just going to include a link in the very ending back to my website. So I'm just going to write some basic HTML coding for this. Okay, now I should have a nice looking link on the copyright section of my website. And now let's go back over here. I don't have anything else to do. And let's get to block settings. So in block settings, you can change how you want your block appearing. In this case, I have the default layout, but I can also put 2 columns if I want. This will separate my post in 2 columns, as you may see. So you can also put 3 columns. Also, you have different styles for this. It's really up to you, in this case, what you want. I'm just going to leave the default layout. And also when it comes to featured image, I'm going to change this and just select small. And I'm going to put smaller images because they take less time to upload on someone's computer screen. And that's quite important. And the rest I'm just going to leave the standard configuration. I'm not going to change anything else. And now let's go to the last section, which is static front page. This is really up to you. In this case, it's working as a block, meaning that my most recent post will appear first and my oldest post will appear last. But if you have a business, you may want to just have a static page appearing as your front page. So that's really up to the type of website that you want to build. And now to end, you can choose how you want to see your website. You can choose to see it as it was inside of a mobile device or a cell phone. You can see that it looks pretty good using this theme. And I'm just going to save and publish. And now I'm going to show to you how my website looks at the moment. So this is how my website looks at the moment, after just spending a few minutes changing the several options that come with this template called Travelopy. At least I call it Travelopy. I'm not certain if I'm saying it correctly. And sure, I need to do some tweaking so I can get everything really looking nice and perfect. But just with a few minutes, I have a website that looks professional. And even if you decide to get this theme, you have so many different options to customize your website. You can change the several colors in your website, the layout, and so on. So you can basically build a totally different website still using the same theme. And you also have this nice buttons for people to easily share your content inside of social media networks. And let's just go to the category page of WordPress so you can see how the category pages look like. Okay, so this is a template from Template Monster. I recommend for you to check their website, which is templatemonster.com, or you can just click on the link that you have in the description from this video so you can quickly go to their website and get a template that is appropriate for you. It doesn't need to be this one, it can be another one depending on the type of website that you want to build. So that is all for this video. I hope you enjoy. Please leave a comment if you have one in the comment section below, and also subscribe so you can receive my weekly video updates where I talk about WordPress, internet marketing, and a lot more. So stay there, stay tuned with Pro Tutorials, and bye!
I said a little